body to slow flow and restorative practice. This practice will be a combination of mindful and meditative fluid movement that will transition us right down into traditional restorative yoga postures. I recommend having a couple of blocks if you have them, or something in substitution for them, at the front of your mat. A pillow, a cushion, or if you do have one of these covered chip foam blocks, taking one of those if you have them. And if you have a bolster, then you can take a bolster or a couple blankets and stack them up. That would facilitate a similar kind of comfort for your spine and for your body. Start seated for just a few moments here. Feeling the weight of your sitting bones to the floor or to your prop. Tipping the pelvis forward and drawing the navel in a little bit to lengthen your spine. Inhale through your nose into the whole body. And then side out. Inhale. And exhale. More. And then bringing the hands to meet at heart center. Lifting your sternum into your thumbs. Inhale for one Om. And gently open the eyes. Bring your hands on your knees and take a seated cat and cow, lifting. Rounding, lifting, and rounding. Maybe going a little bit from side to side. And then starting to go a little bit to the right and forward as we find some hip circles. Going the other way. Come back to the center. Take your left hand out to the side or come down to your forearm and reach the right arm up and over to your left, pressing down through your sitting bones as you lengthen up through your waist. Deep breath into your right hip and armpit. Reaching up and over, saying good evening to your body. Sweeping the right arm across and towards the other side. Reach the left arm up and over towards your right hand side as you roll your shoulders back. Reaching up to your left fingertips and extending from left sit bone to the left pinky finger all the way up and over. Nice side flexion here. Inhale, come on back up and interlace your hands behind your back as you reach your chest open a bit more. And exhale, reach the arms forward and bow down. Walk your hands back towards your legs as you roll up. Take your feet to the floor, walk your hands behind you, and just find a gentle windshield wiper side to side. Come off of your block if you have it and take it on the left-hand side so you have it accessible. And then come to your hands and your knees into tabletop position. We'll find a little bit more movement in through the spine and cat-cow. Inhale with the toes tucked, lift your chest up, hips back. Exhale, round and lift up through the ribs. Inhale, reach the hips back, lift your chest. Exhale, round and pull back. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck your toes and lift your hips to a very lazy, gentle, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your hips nice and high as you stretch out through the legs and the spine. And start to walk your hands and your feet in toward the middle of the mat, grabbing opposite elbow or forearms. Inhale, ragdoll the spine up one vertebra at a time. Reach the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees, ragdoll the spine back up. And reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, hinge and fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Roll yourself up one last time here. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen your chest halfway. Plant your palms down, stepping back into a knees down plank position. Keep your hips high, lower down through your chest and your chin, keeping your bum high, and then lengthen your legs back behind you. As you lengthen your legs back behind you, take your pinky fingers out wide, lift your chest forward and up, and press the tops of your feet down. And then from there, take a breath in. On your breath out, roll your right shoulder forward and then gaze towards your left elbow. Inhale, slow and controlled lift up. Exhale, lower and look to your right. Inhale, lift. Exhale to your left. Lift on the inhale. And turn to the right on the exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Press yourself back up. Shoulders back as you lower your chest down, one rib and vertebra at a time. Tuck the toes, place your palms down, and instead of pressing up with your palms, use your forearms as your body weight. Press into the knees slightly and shift yourself back to tabletop so you don't have to stress your wrists. Very nice transition, especially if you have weaker wrists or you just don't want to bear weight, especially in the slower, gentle flow. Inhale into your cow and exhale into your cat. Downward facing dog, lift your hips up. You're welcome to stay in tabletop or child's pose if you prefer not to be in down dog. On the inhale, reach your right leg back, bend the knee, and stack your right hip on top of your left hip and breathe into your right thigh. Exhale, bring your right foot to between the hands. I recommend the use of your chip foam block or a pillow underneath your left knee, and then taking your blocks underneath your hands. Have the toes tucked on the left foot, or untucked but active through the top of the toenails if the toes are untucked. On your inhale, reach your hips back, lift your right toes off the ground. Exhale, come forward, back into your lunge. We'll take 2 more of those. Inhale, reach your hips back, lift your right toes. Exhale, forward into the sole of the right foot. Inhale, back. Exhale, lean the right knee over the ankle. And then walk your right leg back. Take your blocks off to the side. Transition into our kneeling plank. Lower down your chest and your chin. Coming forward now just into a cobra position, baby cobra. Press down to the tops of your feet and roll the shoulders and elbows back behind. And exhale, lower down. Once again, use your forearms as your transitions to your hands and your knees. Inhale into your cow. Exhale, cat. Tuck the toes, lift the hips back. And then reach your left leg back. Bend the knee, stack the left hip on top of the right hip as you reach out. Push through the palms, active through the fingertips to keep the wrists de-weighted. Exhale, bring your knee into your chest and step the left foot between the palms and lower your right knee down. Find your chip foam block or pillow, placing your right knee on top, and find your block and exhale. Just think about ways you can soften into your body and beyond the physical. Letting go of the need to prove anything. Letting go of the need to achieve anything. Inhale, reach your hips back, lift the toes, spread them wide. And pull yourself back into your lunge. 2 more of those. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back. And forward. From there, take the blocks off to the side, plant your palms down, lift your right knee, step back to your hands and your knees, taking your block off to the side, coming forward, lower down your chest and your chin. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, lower down. Put your forearms down, lift yourself back up to your hands and your knees. Inhale into your cow. And exhale into cat. Tuck your toes and lift your hips back to downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lower down to your knees. Settling into child's pose. Bring your knees as wide as your mat. Big toes together. Bring your arms out in front of you. As you bring your arms out in front of you, let your forehead get heavy. Support the forehead with a block or your hands or fists if you need that support. Otherwise, right down to the mat. Take your hands off to the left side and take your right hand on top. Spread your fingers wide and curl the right fingers inside of the left palm to make one giant hand, one giant catcher's mitt. And rest your right ear in your bicep. From there, actively pull the right hip back to the right heel as you push the arms out and over to the left. Come back to center and over towards the other side. Inhale back to center and come forward to your hands and your knees once again. As you come forward to your hands and your knees, start to tuck your toes and lift yourself back to downward dog. Inhale, reach your left leg back. And exhale, step your left foot to your left thumb, placing the right knee down and coming back on your chip foam or your pillow. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Relaxing your shoulders, maybe bending the elbows slightly. And then from there, take your hands to heart center, press your palms together, lift up your chest. Exhale, softly twist towards the outside of the left knee, stacking the elbows, pressing them away from each other as you revolve around your spine. You can take the top of the right foot down if it helps you press more to get that rotation a bit further. Inhale, release your twist and reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, release your hands inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot wide as your mat, coming into lizard position, having the right knee further back now. Use your blocks for support underneath your palms if you like. And then you can also start to bring your hips back and forth. Maybe going around in little circles if you want, getting into those hips a bit deeper. Inhaling and exhaling. You can take your left hand on your left thigh, lift your chest slightly open to the left as you roll the shoulders back. If you want to take your right heel towards your bum, take your left arm forward, up and around through the top of the right foot, finding a bit of a quadricep stretch, and you can take the bend out of the left knee to reach that further. Slowly release the right foot, taking the left hand back towards the floor. Walk your left foot back between the blocks, and then just bring the left leg back and give it a bit of a shake. And switching sides, taking your block underneath your left knee for support. Step your right foot forward between your hands, settling into your lunge. If you want to bring the arms up overhead, they can come up towards your ceiling or at heart center. Hug the inner thighs a bit more together. Ground down through your feet, lifting your chest up. Exhale, turn and rotate towards the right, bringing your left elbow outside of your right knee. Finding your twist, lifting high through the upper back and revolving around the spine. Inhale, release your twist, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach them out and down. Take your blocks inside of your right foot, setting up for a lizard on the second side. And then from there, have the left toes tucked or untucked. Walk the left knee a little bit further behind you if you need more space. And then you can reach your hips back and lift your right toes off the ground. And coming back and forth between, maybe turn the right toes out a little bit if you would like to, and just circle around the hips and the low back. Seeing what is it that your body and your nervous system are communicating to you in this moment. And then if it serves you, bring the left heel towards the bum. Reach the right arm forward and draw the right shoulder back. Lift the arm up and around for the top of the left foot. And you can step your right foot physically closer to you. Reach your bum back towards your left heel to make it more accessible as you roll your shoulders back and lift your chest more up towards the side. Let your left rib cage roll more towards the right, and your top right ribs revolve back towards behind you, leaning into your heart. Slow exhale to transition mindfully. And walk your right foot back between your blocks. Once you arrive there, place your hands down. Step your right leg back and shake out that right thigh and that right leg. From there, sit into a kneeling position. And as you sit into a kneeling position here, place your hands down on the ground. Come and tuck your toes underneath you. Walk your hands up onto your thighs. Take your hands behind your backs. Roll your elbows in this just slightly. And without force and very gentle, we don't want to overextend our spine. Lift your sternum forward and up to the ceiling, rolling your shoulders back. Finding a very gentle camel pose, Ustrasana. Roll your inner thighs a bit more together, press down through your knees, maybe take the tops of the feet down, press down through the tops of your feet. And exhale, lean forward, rounding into a seed pod, supporting your forehead with one of your blocks. And then taking the palms facing up down by your feet. Roll yourself up on the inhale, sliding onto your sit bones. And as you slide onto your sit bones, take the soles of your feet together, let your knees open wide, take your blocks beneath your knees, find your chip bone block and take your block beneath your sitting bones, and then find your bolster. The bolster can come up high, right up to your chin, and you can hug it around as you bring your chin on top. So you're getting a little bit of a butterfly hip opener, but a little rounding in the spine to counter the back bending we've done, that opening in the front body. system calm even further now. You've done enough work. Whole body go. Let your face melt like a Salvador Dali painting. Let the props do the work. Be here for another few breaths. You're welcome to stay for longer in the forward bend. Next inhale, slowly roll yourself up. Sigh. From there, take your bolster on its edge. Then take one of your foam blocks, placing it on its second height. And then place your chip foam block on top of that, perhaps, depending on how high you might need it to be, so you can play with the way your props are stacked. Crush the bolster with your armpit, and then you can wrap yourself around into a supported side bend. ensuring that your head and your neck are in line with your shoulders, and then just let yourself rest, doing whatever you like with the left arm, breathing in and breathing out. Some might like to take the left arm up and across if the left fingers can touch the floor, and then you can open your chest up a little bit deeper, rolling to your left hand side, keeping the support on the block with the head. When you find your stillness, let your breath come back into your left side of your rib cage. As your body and your nervous system continue to soften and transition into this state of mind and being, allowing for all of the deep work to bubble up to the surface. Letting the light be cast upon the shadows. It's okay, you don't need to hold yourself up right now. You don't have to be strong or on guard. Let yourself go and sigh, wiggling the jaw. Last breath here, and sigh. And then from there, reach the left arm up if you had it across, shifting your weight onto your back, and your head can now rest on the block. wrapping your arms around the bolster, coming into a little brief back bend here. And then start to roll over to the left side, staying right on the bolster. Maybe getting up for a second to reposition the bolster if you need. And then letting the left ear rest on the blocks. Reach the right arm up overhead towards your left. Please feel welcome to. If it feels like it's effortful, then let the right arm again rest on the hip or just on your waist. taking a couple more breaths here on your left side. This time, roll over towards your right. Press your right hand and then your left hand down and come up to a seat for a moment. We'll arrive into our Stonehenge, our inversion for tonight. If you are not practicing with blocks but you have a blanket or a bolster, this will come beneath your knees and you can lay on your back. If you have blocks of different kinds, you will take your 2 foam firm blocks and place them on their highest setting. And have them wide enough so you can place your chip foam block on top. So this way they are forming a bit of a structure. I kind of like to look at it like a pause button and then a stop button. And then on top, putting your bolster, and I like to call that a space bar. So then slide your legs pretty up and close personal. And then you can bring your legs up and position the legs where they will compress the props right over top of the blocks. And then use your forearms and make your way down, scooching your bum at the same time towards your props as you lay down on your back. And this will be your Shavasana. In addition to that, if you have an eye pillow or even a few tissues or a towel, you can place that over your forehead now, just above the eyes, but not on the weight of the eyelids, so you're not causing stress to the eyeballs. And then letting your palms face up, down by your sides. Roll your shoulders onto your backs, lift the chest a bit higher. Let your head lean back to open up the throat and the chest a bit more. And begin the drift away into Shavasana, corpse pose. slowly start to come back into your body. Noticing the flow of energy deep within yourself. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Don't worry if your props tip to one side. Let your knees come to your chest. Roll over to your left side. Press your palm down to come up to your seat. We'll sit in a brief meditation on a block if you have something to sit on. And palms resting down on the knees or the thighs. Offer some Nadi Shodana, alternate nostril breath, the close practice. Take your left elbow or your left hand with your right elbow on top. Place your peace fingers in the center of your eye of your forehead. And then taking your pinky finger down towards your palm with your thumb and your ring finger free. From here, take a breath in through both nostrils. Sigh out the mouth. Close the lips. Seal the right nostril with your thumb. Inhale left. Seal the left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Seal and exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Hold and exhale left. Inhale left. Hold and switch. Inhale. Hold and switch. Inhale. Switch and exhale. Inhale right. Switch, exhale left, last time. Release your hands to your thighs. Feeling inside the brain, inside the head. Inhale. Exhale. Your arms around each other, taking your hands to either shoulder, giving yourself a hug. Remembering that it's super important that as much as we give, we also need to receive. as long as we keep that in balance, we can continue to keep both ongoing. Inhale for 1 Om. Bow your chin to your chest. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste.